When I just saw Tommy Sotomayor's video about is it Larry Wilmore? He's a biracial man from South Africa. His mother's African and his father's a white man, and he grew up in an apartheid. And he one time misstated that he somehow anti-black something that happened, and the sisters complaining he apologized. But he need to apologize, and I'm glad Tom still put it on the How to Clown Black Women because I'm offended by this, about what Larry Wilmore did. This was about the Baltimore Scott and my mom. The white people, I'm sorry to say it, and I'm mixed with whites, I'm going to criticize the white folks who are agreeing with this, okay? Because if it was a white woman beating her son, y'all wouldn't be clapping, yeah, unless you want to conservative ones who believe that whites conservative stuff, okay? I understand. But I'm a liberal, so I'm not, I'm pro-life liberal, but I'm more liberal, okay? And I'm against when it comes to abusing kids of any race. And one thing it has disturbed me that y'all sit here have because all these years, and I remember here's somebody else's video. Y'all criticize all parents of any race who practice corporal punishment. I'm an anti-corporal punishment person, so you know what I'm saying. So I'm for that. But when you see he got this woman here, and I understand, it's like, for example, it seems to me y'all want women of color, and I know it's mostly when it comes to African American people, you want women of color, whether Hispanic, Black, Asian, and Native American or mixed, to abuse their kids. And this getting to be a problem, okay? If you criticize Asian people like I did, I don't think that what Asian people did was okay. I'm from Texas, just like he is, and yes, the whooping and spanking is legal here, and people for all different races practice this trash. Even I mean, I'm not the minority. Even if I'm wrong, I mean, it's going to those who are African Americans think that all white folks think this way. No, there's a lot of white folks who actually they the one put the law to have corporal punishment. There's one, and I'm mixed with English besides French Creole and Black French Creole in the American. The English ancestors, my English brought that mess here about corporal punishment here. So of course they, and then they used it worse on the slaves with a weird lynch mess. And so the reason why I criticize the white folks who with this Baltimore mom, psychotic Aunt Jemima, because y'all want us to have a child of African descent to be uh, uh, discouraged, psychologically discouraged. You don't want him or her to make him be successful. You want him to be low, him or her to be low, and have your white children to be on top. And that's exactly because if there's a white woman beating her doggone son in the middle of the street, you wouldn't condone it. Okay, so don't sit here if you disagree with Agent Peterson did to his son. You should disagree with Baltimore mom, Scottish mama of the year did. Okay, so going back to Mr. Bob, my mixed brother who being disgraced, Larry Wilmore. Larry Wilmore had a skit with Scotty Aunt Mama's sister, brown skin Scotty Aunt Mama's sister with a curly hair, doing it was a wig, it was her natural hair, or whatever. She over here with a spatula in her hand, talking about beating people, beating her child, and giving these little ghetto names and stuff. And it was offensive to me. White folks, white race people laughing. Okay, they let us see us to be clown and be seen as jigaboos, pickaninnies, and coons. And this woman and Larry Gilmore were both cooning. Okay, and I don't see nobody said, and the reason why the white racist people, where they consider liberal, were laughing and going on with the Baltimore mom, is because he was throwing rocks at the white cops. Now, I'm not for him throwing rocks at any cop, black, white, whatever. But since his brother upset about being a victim or being prone to be victim of police brutality, he throw rocks at your police, so you got to get the guy at your mama straight him out. And that's what happened in slavery days. If anybody know, I keep bringing Willie Lynch letter a lot, okay? And one thing, I'm not with the Black Nationalist movement, so don't get me with that, because I'm person. If a brother or sister being Willie Lynch trash to me, I ain't gonna sit here and try to have a coalition with that person who don't want to make him amends. Excuse me. I'll go with somebody who want to unify and keep peace. Because anybody bring me drama, I don't care what the fuck your color is. You're not coming in my doggone friendship. We're not gonna be friends. We're not gonna associate or whatever. I do my own family that way too. Okay, so I don't discriminate. Because I ain't trying to have drama in my life. Y'all can have drama in your life. Yeah, have it. Y'all like to have people talk to you in the kind of way? Have it in your life, but not mine. So, on this Winlitch letter, if you read, it's not a hoax. It actually was a real slave master. He was a so-called Protestant Christian man, and he got this letter where because of course in all the Americas except the United States, there was slave rebellions, and they were very successful. Like they had slave rebellions in Mexico. Me and Mexico don't want to mention they had black in them, but they do. Me and them do. And also they had slave rebellions. I mean, because Vicente Guerrero was the second president of Mexico, and he was partially black, besides Spanish and Native American. But they had slave rebellions, you guys were younger. They had slave rebellions in Haiti. They killed all the French down there, and mixed with French Creole, so I should know about that. From Louisiana, I think, because some of the slaves came to Louisiana. Could be Haitian myself. 'Cause I had roots in Louisiana, besides here in Texas. I mean, I found some in Virginia, and I found some in Alabama as well when I do my family trade. And then at the same time, so they had slave rebellions in Jamaica. What I'm saying? They had slave rebellions across Latin America and in the Caribbean country, whatever. Okay, so of course the white racist people who were slave masters were scared that because they already had Nat Turner. Besides Nat Turner, they had the slave rebellion in Florida because the Florida was owned by the Spanish, the Seminoles, and the black slaves who ran away from their slave master mixed with the Seminoles. And when the white folks were trying to get them for Spanish sold Florida to Andrew Jackson. That's why they can't kick his bill off, kick the bill off the Twitter bill and trying to put Harry Tubman for it, put Harry Tubman on there because Andrew was a racist toward black and Indian people, the American people, and I mixed with those two. What happened was before they did it, the slave rebellions going because before that we always hear about Nat Turner, but we don't hear about the black Seminoles fighting against white slave masters trying to make them slaves and Native American people who were pure fight along with the black Seminoles. Okay. In Florida, because slaves would go to Florida, trying to get away from slaves, go to Native American communities and be mixed in that community. But so, but they were scared that the slaves, if they get together, the mixed, the pure, light skin, dark skin, whatever, get together and be educated. That's why they want our folks to read. Okay, they was going to get out the plantation. So what they did, they create this Win letter. Where they had the black, light skin versus dark skin, pure versus mixed. They had dark skin mixed people too. Okay, um, he had the woman fighting the man, and the children against the parent. That type of mess. So in that letter, you'll read that the psychotic Aunt Jemima stereotype was there. Procreate. That's why Thomas never bashed black women. The one thing he started doing bashing all sisters because not all sisters do that psychotic Aunt Jemima shit. He needs to point out like I do. I'll point out the ones who act like psychotic Aunt Jemima. I don't say all sisters act that way. If you're a sister and you act, thank you, Lord Jesus, for not acting that way. But the ones that do, they don't want, along with the psychotic Uncle Ruckus, men, brutes, are making our community bad. Okay? So, going back to this situation. In that letter, you read that she's supposed to put the fear of God. I'm sorry, how the heck y'all come about fear of God? Y'all raping, enslaving, and beating and capturing people because of their color. That's one thing I understand the relationship, but you know how they was thinking back then. And they talk about make the male child timid to the mother, and be dependent on the mother. That's why you see some of our brothers stay with their mamas, okay, and make the sister, the daughter of the child be independent. They also it was to make the woman in control of the man's household, the slave man's household. And the white man back in those days would never let a woman control his house. The woman won't be in her place. Okay, so therefore that's the whole reason why that we talk about this. Why I'm getting this. Why yes, there was called punishment in white communities. They didn't want to bother here. Okay, they didn't come from all black people. It came from white Anglo-Saxon Protestant people on a ship called Mayflower. Okay, all right. But when they had slaves, when the descendants of the Pilgrim people had slaves, especially in the South, they taught the Protestant, some of them, and we had some Catholic ones too who was wrong for this because the church was against that. People are saying that the Pope at the time was against the slave trade the whole time. That's a doggone lie that people making lies about that. It was people participate, yeah, just like I do wrong, I cuss, I'm not supposed to do that. That's against my religion, okay? So I'll let you know I'm not the person, okay? But you had those being greedy because folks don't understand they had Africans who were whether it was Christian or not, who actually slaves, the tribe people who was giving the slaves to the white traders, the Portuguese and the Spanish later on the British and stuff. They were not even Christian at all, and they believed in slavery, and it still goes on in Africa. Okay, so and they also had Islam, because even some of them, not all Muslim people practice slavery, but ones who distort the Quran, shall I say, practice slavery, and it goes on to this day, especially in Sudan. So religion has nothing to do with that. It's people, just for example, even though I'm a bad person, be bad in my religion or something, if I have a slave, I teach them what I know. And that's what would happen with those who are Catholic. Well, the Protestants, not all Protestants believe in slavery, like the Quakers was against it, but you had those who would Southern Baptist Convention. That's why some of our people, and I'm a former Baptist myself, was believed in slavery. That's why the American Baptists, when Protestants go by their own personal interpretation, that's why I'm not for Protestantism. Okay, that's what Martin Luther, the first um, person who made Protestantism, the Luther Church was the first Protestant church, and later on the Methodists and Baptists and all the rest of the groups was founded by these men make their own interpretation of Scripture. Okay, all right. Talk about personal interpretation of Scripture about Saint Peter saying that prophecy for Second Peter chapter 1, verse not chapter 5, chapter 5 is the first book. Chapter 1, verses 20 and 21, Second Peter, okay, about a personal interpretation, okay, that's exactly what the Lutheran and the rest of the reformers, so-called reformers did, okay, and they have their own interpretation. Okay, so yeah, so the American Baptist Church and the Southern Baptist did not get along because of the issue of slavery. And the Southern Baptist Church believed that slavery was okay because they saw in parts of the Bible that people that acknowledged slavery. It acknowledged, but never condoned it because even Paul says in Galatians that don't be a slave, don't be a slave. Don't submit to the yoke of slavery, whatever it was in chapter 5 for one of them. So anyway, people need to start distorting scripture, okay, about slavery, and that's exactly what the people in the Protestant here in Houston, why I say Houston? I'm from Houston. Here in the United States, did, okay, and especially in the Southern Baptist Convention, they believed why the South, they believed in slavery. They thought they was part of the Bible, blah, blah, this and that. Okay, so, point is, Willie Lynch was the Protestant. I don't know if he was a Baptist, whatever denomination he was in the Baptist church, in the Protestant religion, but he believed in slavery, and he taught that, of course, like I said, co-oppression was very used in conservative Protestantism, of course. And in the South, that was very common. Like in the North, it was very common as well. And back then, of course, the white children got whooped by their daddies and mamas, okay? But the slave children mixed up here was treated 10 times worse. And remember, just like I said, was in the Bad show, Philip, when he said about the psychotic Ruckers beating whooping the children in the classroom in Maryland, I'm in a video before he did, okay? He said black people are stubborn. In any Willie Lynch letter, it tells you that slaves are stubborn. And that's why they believe in whipping the slave and beating them, putting the fear of God in them. That's why they twist this. You know what I'm saying? This is a very destructive and misinterpretation of the Word of God and sacrilege and blasphemy. So you misuse the scriptures to be abusive to somebody else. And so the reason why I'm bringing all this historical stuff up is because it's a reinforcement of today. And the white race society, who claim to be who are liberal racists and the conservatives, believe that type of that the black woman, whether she's pure or mixed, have a right to be abusive towards her child because we have an inherited gene from our African roots that we're stubborn and we're savage like and blah blah this and that. Okay? And that's the reason why I criticize these sisters and these brothers too who act like brutes doing this to their kids. Okay? And I'm a bipolar type 1. And I'm the one who was a victim of that trash. So that's the whole reason why that I criticize that. So like I said, it came from the United Kingdom. The idea of corporate punishment. If you go look for corporate punishment and put United Kingdom, it's even a documentary about this mess. So that's the whole reason why they're here in America. Remember, America is an English-speaking country. Unfortunately, our American ancestors had this land. But when it got stolen from our European English men, well, of course the Spanish came here first, but they beat the Spanish, beat the French, and the English took over this land, took over the parts of the Southwest that was owned by Mexico. It took part of Louisiana's part of the French. Also, Spain sold Florida to America to Andrew Jackson. Okay, when he was president. Still, this all became white Anglo-Saxon land, and this is a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Historically, white Anglo-Saxon. Of course, the first Europeans were gathered when they came to Americas, but the white Anglo-Saxon man who was Protestant took over this country, okay, took over this land, stole this land, okay. So this is a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant land, and that's why That's why we are the one of the last. Well, they got other countries who practice corporal punishment, but the rest of Europe, even in the Protestant country, even Sweden is a Protestant, it's a Lutheran country. They got rid of corporal punishment in the home and in the school. Okay, and the rest of Europe does not practice corporal punishment, and it's like, I mean, there's a few countries that probably do. Okay, but here in America, it's like we are the one that's being stubborn because we have half of folks who believe in corporal punishment, and the second half they don't, and I'm one of the people who don't. Okay, and here, this is the reason why that this mother, she thinks that it's okay because, they talking about how to say, like Tommy Sotomayor said the skit was about the psychotic Aunt Jemima said on the Larry Wilmore story. She's trying to save the child. And that's exactly what slave masters did. Instead of them doing all the whipping, okay, to the black children, mixed black children or pure black children, because we're racially mixed people, they did it towards them. I mean, they had the mother, because you remember, and I remember a brother had told me, I said, why do some black women, I said, all light skin or dark skin, mix up here, act this mean, evil attitude on the job? Because I one time want to cuss one out when I left my job in Jackson, I was 19 years old, 18 years old, back in 98, okay? And his brother's high yellow. He was a albino, by the way. But told me, he said back in slavery days, that's what they did. They used the woman was in charge. The black man had to go to the woman so she can go to the white man. It wasn't the way around. The black woman was in charge of the household, which is not supposed to, I mean, I'm not even proud to even juggle, but even the Protestant juggles believe that the woman is not supposed to be charged of the household, the man is supposed to be. But it's fit when it comes to people African American descent. Now, I will say to exempt that situation is that my grandfather, who was agnostic, he did not let my grandma run the household. She tried. He did not let her. He also was Leo, just like I am. My grandmother's father didn't let my great grandmother run the household. He was very strict. The one I turned is black and Native American in English. He was dark skinned with straight hair. Okay, all right, that was he did not. Oh no, he was very, and that's one of the reasons why my grandma was so mean and stuff because he was very strict. He was very rigid on his corporal punishment. Okay, like they always tell me, Big Daddy was a lot that said that me and my little cousin would not get away with a lot of stuff we did. Okay, okay, my great grandfather he was alive. Okay, so the point is that's not all black, all cocoa. We're not pure black, but the one drop ism. Black families where they had women control the household. No, but my great grandfather, my grandfather on my dad's side, no, and my grandmother on my dad's side, her dad did not play that mess. Okay, so that's the whole reason why now today when feminism came into the situation, and I'm for women having rights, okay, but I do not believe the roles should not be reversed. I do believe, even though I'm not a macho man, I do believe I'm the head of the household when I am married, okay? I do believe that. I'm sorry, I'm very old school there. You can call me a sexist. I don't care. Because look what's happening. Some of these women cannot take care of these kids. Look at these, like they say, look at these men who, who were locked up. They had their ass whooped, but at the same time, these women cannot, for example, it takes two to take care of a child. Even if I had children as a if I was a single father, I have to have a woman present, especially if I have a little girl. Okay, and so that's what I'm saying. We need to have married households, two parent married, not cohabiting, not shacking up households. And that's the reason why they have structure in the community. Is because we have this the role of being it's just messed up everything. Okay, and yeah, I'm a liberal on that on a lot of things, but this situation I do believe a resort back to having a two parent household that's married. Okay, and a mom and dad is married. Okay, and you would not have there were abusive parents back in those days too, but if we have a different way, a different system, we'll have a better way of raising our kids. We'll have all this other stuff. We'll not have this mess going on, okay? But one point is about the situation. We might bring up the historical facts is you to see the big picture here. What happened was just Thomas was saying if the slavery situation happened in slavery is being reinforced because back then the black woman would beat the beat the mixed or the pure black child, or even if it's a mixed woman beating a child considered black, beating her doggone child up because it was to save her child, especially the male child, from master. Because even though these white racist men, and racism is about fear. They feared the black men and mulatto men and the black Indian men. They feared any men that had one drop of black blood. They did not want them to take their place in leadership of this country and in any area of this country. Why you think as a brother, if I get a job and you know what I'm saying, why you think these white men who are racist or do not want black male supervisors? They don't want Hispanic male supervisors. They don't want no Native American men. They have fear of men of color taking over the role they feel they were designed for them. But these sisters, they get the sister in charge, and the sister will act. This is the reason why. That's why some sisters who act this way do not deserve my respect, because they'll treat a white man, and even other men of other races, better. They smile on their face, they grin, they treat them like humans. But when it comes to us brothers, no matter how dark or light we are, they treat us like shit. Okay? And that's why some brothers you know what I'm saying, say they don't want no sister because they see this every day going on. Now I don't go along with that theory either. So sisters, if they think that I'm not go along with the theory because I've been around with white people and Hispanic people, and I know some Hispanic girls. I said some, so the Hispanic people don't think I'm being racist. Or some, I know some. I didn't say all. Some white women and some Hispanic women, I had to tell off and cuss them out because they mistreated me. Okay, so I don't go around thinking if I go into somebody another race, everything is a good thing. No, it's not. I gotta scan a person, screen that person's personality for of any race if I want to get married and have children because I don't want no racist white woman or Hispanic woman as supposed to being a friend of my face as a spouse either. Okay, so it's a good thing that I integrate a lot because I see all different personalities, and I had bad experience with people with African American roots, whether they're mixed or pure, or so-called pure people who were not pure, or either white folks or Hispanic folks. I had done, and when I say I had done a bad experience, you should know me talk about this, okay? But at the same time, the psychotic Aunt Jemima syndrome has got to stop, okay? If you love your brothers that much, you don't treat your brothers like shit. There's no excuse for the being. I don't care if your mama taught you that, your dad taught you that. It's not right. Okay, take this for example. There's some brothers I cannot get along with. When I had a supervisor talk to me like shit, treat like shit, but he wasn't talking to white folks like that, and he was darker than me. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. These psychotic Uncle Ruckuses and these Bruce and these thugs being psychotic Uncle Ruckus too, because they'll rob a brother, but they're not gonna rob white men, because they know that white man will shoot get a gun and shoot their ass. You see what I'm saying? So we had talked that there's a weird situation is going on. I accept it. Okay, well, I accept it. I accept the person is really bullshit. I don't want to be near that person. I don't give a damn they're part of black race. I don't care what their shade is. I don't care what their hair texture is. I don't care what their eye color is. If you're going to give me shit, I'm not going to fuck with you. That's how I am. I'm not going to fool with you. I'm going to cuss. It makes me angry, okay? But I accept it for what it is, but I get away from the person. And if they come near me trying to start some trash with me, I'm gonna give them HWL. That's how I am. And they go for any race. You know, just I call some white women and Hispanic women off who mistreated me too. Okay, so one thing about me when I disrespect somebody who disrespect me, I don't care what their color is. I'm saying it's a person that disrespect me, and I'm trying to get rid of the drama. Okay, I want the drama out of my face. I don't like no drama. Nobody's no stumbling blocks and no dramas. That's one thing about me. So go back to Larry Gilmore. Larry Gilmore is wrong for putting psychotic into mama and these white folks clapping. You know, they liberal racists inside. You know, they're not true liberals. They're liberal racists. They just trying to act like they like black people, but they love to see destructive things happen to people of African American roots, and that's got to stop. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just for example, I ain't gonna say if a white woman was beating her doggone son. I'm not gonna say. I mean, one white woman actually it was somewhere. Maybe man wanted to do a video about that too. A white woman in Australia. She was rude. She was beating her child, everything. Did you know that I want to grab her just like I want to beat the doggone sister who beat her son on the street on the riots? I'm serious. It's not because they are women. It's that the brute that was with the black dude that was whooping the doggone child in the classroom with a belt. I wanted to come in and knock them side of the head. You know what I'm saying? You're lucky they don't have no. When these women don't have kids with me, or these men don't do that to my kids. Cause I remember I said on my other video, I'm very protective. I'll go to jail behind my child because I told myself as a little child, I was not going to let my children live the way I had went through or anything worse. Okay, and I still at 35, almost 36 years old, live that decision. Okay, so point is that's the whole reason why I made a video, because this is exploitation, and he's right. Thompson is right. This is Hollywood clowning black women, and these. It is sad that some of our sisters, I said some, live up to that racist stereotype standard, stereotypical standard. It is wrong. It's completely wrong. It's destructive to our community. If you want our children to make it and be the next better future, don't be destructive, do destructive things to our kids. And that's one thing. This I mean, white racist people who claim to be doggone loving to black people. You already proved your point. You don't love black people. If you like to see our children or myself, if I was younger, be whooped inside the head by my mama or something like that, or my dad, yeah, let you know you love to see the sort of things happen to you. But if I was 100% white, which is a mix of white, if I was 100% white and look white, and blonde hair, blue eyes, and pale skin, you would not go along with that. You actually would stop the situation. That's exactly the message right there. So you want to see destructive things happen to our people. You want us to get out of because we already have I'm a pro-life liberal. I'm not a pro-choice liberal. I already know abortion is where they get killed. It's causing genocide to our African American descent community, and next to Hispanics, even they taught not to believe in abortion. That some Hispanics are getting away from their tradition and trying to kill their babies too. They're trying to get people of color out because they're scared that we're going to take over the community. Well, excuse me, last time I checked the community, take over the country. Last time I checked, that it was people of color who had this country first. It was my white ancestors, my Native American ancestors before my white and black ancestors stepped foot in this country. My Native American ancestors had this doggone land, so they need to have it back. I'm sorry, okay. Um, you know, you want, and that's one thing that I agree with Thomas on this situation. That they got the Hollywood was counting black women. I don't know why that's the kind of mama's sister. Come on and Larry Wilmore show act a natural ass fool. I bet you will be a my dog on channel. I'm one thing I would never teach them. Everybody asks when my children was riding. I would never teach my kids right from their kids, their little babies, that the riding and stuff is wrong. And one of these folks waits to get to over to past toddler age to teach their kids what's right, what's wrong. You're supposed to do it when they first get out of their womb. And I ain't talking about beating them, I'm talking about telling them that's wrong, take away stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because in reality, when you get to be adult, you can get your ass whooped legally. Of course, the cops whoop you legally, but legally, they're not going to whoop you. They'll put you in jail when you do something wrong. If you lose your job, you don't have no money, can't earn nothing, you do something wrong. I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying? There's consequences to every bad action, right? Okay, well, that's how it's supposed to go. They don't come knock you side the head, okay? So, if you go to the store and steal something, they'll knock you, they put you in a jail cell, and you have to serve your time, right? Well, the same thing when you have raised your kids, you got to treat them like they're in jail, okay? As I say, if you do something wrong, I'm gonna tell my kids you do something wrong, you ain't gonna play with that no more, and you learn from that. But time out, yeah, you have when you do something wrong as an adult, you get time out in jail, right? Okay, then, you know what I'm saying? It's illegal for them to if they are beating you, it's legal for them to do that because that's wrong by law. You break by law, if they get away with it, it's still illegal by law by written paper. Okay, so point is, that's, you know what I'm saying, and that's exactly what she said, that we ran the police to beat her. I don't want my children to be beat by nobody, including myself. Okay, and I don't want my kids being treated like cattle, because that's exactly what slavery was about. That's why we keep talking about slavery, because the same elements that have been used in slavery is not used in today's society. So white folks, y'all watching my dog on channel, I'm letting you know, when you condone this old psychotic Aunt Jemima beating her dog on son, okay, you're no different than slave master that wants to be written the British letter. And y'all black people back in America, see it, whether you're light skin, dark skin, mix, well, all of us mix, but still, you know what I mean? Mix identify like myself, or pure black identify, whatever. You condone this shit, you're no different than slave. You're no different than coon. And I say it like this, that's cool. This sister on Larry Wilmore show, along with the high yellow Larry Wilmore, both of them was coon. The brown one and the brown skin sister and the high yellow biracial brother here, but both cooning. They were cooning only for white racist people. Yeah, they get paid to coon. Yeah. It's a sapphire. Anybody watch Amos and Andy? Look at the black female stereotype, the sapphire mentality. You know what I'm saying? The weed lynch type of town. This is exactly because, Sapphire was Amos or Andy wife, one of them, and she always berate him for the white folks. That's exactly emasculating him. That's why some sisters don't get no brothers. You know what I'm saying? And if I, you know what I'm saying, that's why some sisters, if you're looking for a brother, you ain't gonna even do the same shit that a white man or white woman who's racist would do. That's exactly, you reinforce the same stupid racist ideology that a white person had say about black people. You do it to your own kids, you do it to your own man. Nobody's not gonna want to be with you. And that's exactly, I'm not saying all sisters, I'm talking about ones who do this, and they need to be called out for it. Just like you called out brothers who call, well, when I'm gonna say this, God, please stop. When a brother says bitch or hoe, and I don't condone them, all the time I say that when I'm cussing somebody out, they're not talking about black women as a whole, okay? You heard me call, what's her name, Jan Dickinson, who lying about Bill Cosby. I call her a bitch and a hoe. I can't stand her. She's a white woman. I can't stand her. She ugly. She just, I don't know, man past her, she put on her face. Jan Dickinson is ugly, and her ass ugly. And like I say, when she slapped that white boy, that I'm saying once again, I'm against that too. When she slapped that white boy on a white man on her modeling show, there was me. I would knock her out and had to get the police on me. And at the same time, I would tell the judge it was self-defense because she had no reason to put her hand on me. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now you know what I'm saying. So when I say bitch or hoe, I ain't talking about no color or race. Okay? And some women and some men too act like bitches and hoes. I'm a male bitch. I don't like women. I mean, I like women. I don't like no men, but I'm a male bitch. Okay, I don't wear no dress or something, but I'm a male version of it because I will be spiteful. The word bitch means spiteful. It means spiteful person, right? It means a woman, but you know what I mean? Just like you call yourself a male, female version of a Weezy, like what's her name? Nicki Minaj. Well, I'm a male version. I don't wear no women's clothes, and I don't fuck no men. But I guess 'cause I'm not too macho, yeah, I will be spiteful. You be a bitch to me, whether you're a male or female, I'll be a bitch to you. And that's how I act. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm weak about turning the other cheek because I don't want to be the weakest one and be walked all over. Okay, that's how I look at it. Okay, I've done it in the past as a child growing up being bullied. So, point is, that's the reason why that I say, so when I say bitch or hoe, it got nothing to do with a sister or whatever. It could be any woman of color, it could be a man. I even said that men who sleep around are male hoes. They are. I'm a southern best, like I said. So, hello, and you want Dina to say, yeah, I'm a hoe. You know I'm a hoe back in the 80s, okay? But I don't forget that. So it's way before HWA, holds out to the female group came out with that song. But point is, I don't like it when these stereotypes are reinforced on Hollywood and everybody think every black person have a black mother where she makes her pure partially black or pure black acts this way in the map. She's light skinned or dark skinned. They want this psychotic anti-mom beastie mom coming out to these kids, and they love to see. Okay, and it makes me mad. For example, when I saw that was psychotic anti-mom, what's her name? Auntie Feet, when she was on Jimmy Kimmel's show and her son was telling her something and she got mad, she gonna slap him when Jimmy Kimmel with his laugh. And I one thing I probably would not go on Jimmy Kimmel's show because that laughing, because he laughing at his sister acting just like the weird lynch. So these white folks know about slavery, okay? They acting, they know about some of these folks that laugh. They know about slavery, okay? They know they weird lynch mess. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't want to deal with any white, and I'm mixed with white myself, and I do check 3 boxes. I don't check only black. I check black, white, Native American. That's my ass is mixed with my grandparents, my family, and parents are not pure black. They just those 3. They all those 3 races because that's how their ass got here. We didn't come all the way from straight from Africa. Partially come from Europe, partially from North America and Africa. All 3. Hello. So, point is, I would not fool with white folks who like this because they did. So I guess if my mama wants to be abusive towards me, you'll go along with it. But let's change the subject. If we was pure white and it was we were blonde hair, 9 or 10, blonde hair, blue eye, and pale skin, you would not cut on this type of attitude. So I guess beating black children or partial black children is okay. Any child of color, but a white child gets beaten. That's not okay. Okay, that's a double standard. And you know what I mean? I'm a child rights advocate. Both a child of color, whether they black, mixed, Asian, American, or Hispanic, should be treated just like the white child. Because, excuse me, last I checked, white folks are treated like humans in this country. People of color is not. And if we still 2014, still fight that bullshit. That's why we talk about racism. Because when we treat like it's human beings, because we are human beings, we're not subhumans. So that's the reason why I'm making this video, because it needs to be called out. The psychotic Aunt Jemima syndrome, these are false pimping pictures, whether it be a pastor or kind of whatever, need to stop in our community. Need to stop promoting this abusive parent shit. Okay, you know doggone well that's not what it means to do to a child. You know that you destroy the world, the whole world, just to have their pleasure. People who like to inflict pain on people love their pleasure. They love to be in charge of something that's out of their filth, the feed their ego, and that's exactly what we need to stop. Okay, we need to stop this trash. Okay, and need to stop. Shoes. And it's so sad. Even in New Orleans, the Archbishop and that diocese did not want any school having pressing a corporal punishment, and I'm with that bishop. And here comes the black Catholics of different colors and shades, 9-10 Creole like I am, of different shades of colors, defending corporal punishment wanted in their school. I came out a better person. No, you did not come out a better person. And you have the Archbishop against that, and you want him to. So you actually want. So I guess if a white principal coming at on private school, I guess you want them to beat your ass too. Shows like slavery. That's all it was about, because inflicting pain on some individual was to treat them like cattle and treat them below who they are and dehumanize that person. That's the whole reason why folks did that back in those days. These are uneducated Negroes. And one thing is not that I don't believe in God. I know that there is a God. I know there's a Jesus Christ. And I know I'm being kind of like on this video. But I'm going to let you know. I know that God was a merciful God too. Not a violent one. Okay? So y'all want to make God as a devil. That's exactly what you're trying to do. And it's sad. Y'all act more like the devil than you act like the man upstairs. And I know the problem, but I'm going to let it go like I say. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. And y'all want this. And then, too, she was cussing the kids out, cussing the child out, too. That wasn't a way. Cussing is wrong. When I cuss, I know I'm doing wrong. So what's the difference? Because she a mom, she don't get a pass to cuss her kids out. If it was wrong for her son, cuss her out. Hello. Mutual respect. You treat those where you want to be treated, right? That's called mutual respect. But you can't tell people who want to be violent on purpose. I'm only violent for when I'm defending myself, but defending somebody else. But when it comes to be on purpose, I don't try to inflict pain on purpose onto anybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that we live in a society where we want to choose have a person because they have a little title to inflict pain on someone that's younger than them. Just like it's wrong for a man to be up on a woman, on the first hand. I'm for a man defending himself, and I'm also for a woman defending herself. A man beat him, but it's wrong if y'all talking about a man is bigger than a woman. If it's wrong for a woman to beat up get beat by a man and she ain't hit him and not do anything to him, okay? Well, what about the child? You bigger than a child. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, y'all need to do y'all research on corporate punishment and know where it comes from. It comes from our other homeland besides not Africa, not France, not here in North America. It came from England, United Kingdom. That's what the idea, the origin of corporate punishment come from. And the Pilgrims bought it here. They screwed up everything in the United States. Anyway, and I'm part English, I can say that. Okay? But that's why if you do the research on Reed Lynch, you know that the letter was indoctrinated on slaves, and that's why we have this bullshit going on today. That's why we have that. That's why we have it. And I'm not practicing slave cattle shit to my kids. I want my kids to be treated like any other child in this world with respect and treated like a human being, not subhuman, not non-human, not treated for us as a man. Because that's exactly why they were beating us. I mean, when I wasn't there, but beating our people, whether they're pure black or mixed part black, enslaved ancestors like cattle because they feel it was not human. Do your research. Think outside the box. That's what I do. I don't think like everybody else. I'm glad I don't. But I have to agree with Tommy Sotomayor's video, and like I say, it makes me want to cuss out Larry Wilmore for bringing this psychotic mama on here and making our people look stupid on television. And yet, the majority of white audience just laughing because they love to see psychotic Aunt Jemima. Yeah, no, she don't beat my white child. She beat the black child up. No matter how light a dog it is, beat him up. Beat him like he's a slave. He needs his ass whooped like a dog on slave. That's exactly what they're saying. Shoes. Why do you think those crazy ultra conservative fool who think about the Illuminati trash, Mark Dice even applauding the mother for beating the child? And you can't be a Christian. Well, she cussed the child out. That's against, okay? Shows. Mark Dice, whatever his name is, that Illuminati crap. They ain't no Illuminati. I'm getting tired of hearing that doggone personal interpretation get on my nerves. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I done my rant already, but like I say, I have to agree with something on your video that this is wrong, and you have to get mad. One thing I get mad at Tommy Sotomayor, which I do get mad about him generalizing as a whole. That's why I get mad with him generalizing black sisters as a whole. Okay, he is like I do. I say some. I don't say all. I say some. But like I said, some of my sisters need to stop living up to this psychotic Aunt Jemima syndrome. And when it's syndrome, you probably get a brother coming to you. Okay, I'm gonna let you know that. Cause I'm not, I don't care what the woman race is. If she don't treat me like shit, and she don't treat my kids like shit, she ain't nothing. She not gonna be a woman. And like I said, I don't care. I will defend myself no matter what the gender is. Okay. If I put a hand on me, I'm gonna do something to knock it out. I'll be like Craig and fight Devo. Okay. Remember Craig? Well, actually, in that movie Friday, I wouldn't care what my father said. I would give a got the shot Devo. I'm serious. Shoes. I'm serious. But he used a brick. I use a brick. I use whatever it is around me. Okay. I mean, I'm a person that been bullied for a long time. Ain't gonna take that shit no more, and I'm a victim of bullying. So, anyway, that's all I gotta say about it. Have a nice day.